classic. I've seen this happen numerous times in kind of pub car park fights. A couple of times actually in pubs. I've seen kids in playgrounds doing it. Quite often if you get someone that isn't trained and there's some kind of scrap, just as a knee-jerk reaction they'll go for a headlock. So the side headlock and this will happen. And there's kind of multiple things that can happen from here. So for me to try and show you an escape, it depends on the variables, alright? He's got me in a solid headlock, so this is more of a grappling thing. It's going to be, if he's holding on tight, it's going to be hard for me to get my hand in here and block it, you know? If this does happen, you know, I can try and sweep this, shift his weight, take him down to the ground. Ground work isn't my, you know, that's not the strongest part of my kind of repertoire, so I'm going to try and avoid that. But if he's got this and he's doing the strangle and he's kind of putting the head on, I've got to try and protect my head, because at some point he's going to start hitting me with that hand, alright? So first things first, without a shadow of a doubt, drop your head. You do not want to be repeatedly punched in the soft part of your face, so drop your head. If he's hitting me on the top of my head, it's still going to hurt, but it's not going to cause critical damage. Then I'm going to use this hand to try and stop, trap this hand, do whatever I can, even though I'm just blocking it, try and get hold of it. I'm going to try and shift his weight onto the other foot, if I can. Again, if he's a massive guy, you just got to do what you can, okay? Then from here, depending on the situation, if he's leaning right far forward, this might not work, but depending on the situation, I'm going to try and get my hand up over here, whatever I can get, ear, face, collar, but ideally push the head sideways into where the balance is going, and then straighten up, and I come round out the front. Not very pretty. Another version. If, as he's putting it on, I get to react and I can get hold of this, he's still going to be hitting with this hand and I'm coming with here. I'm going to shrug my shoulder up into it, I'm going to lock this hand into my body, and I'm going to turn out to the side. I'm still putting the weight into that leg there, and I'm going to use my shoulder to bring this down. Let's do that again, it was a bit untidy. So if you imagine from an Aikido point of view, if I'm going under the arm and I'm making this chitin kind of turn, it's the same kind of mechanic. I'm folding his shoulder forwards. So from here, I've got this here, shoulder comes up, this comes into here, and I'm going out through the side posture and use my arm to take this down. Then I've got my, whatever I want to do to finish. One more. Nice tight grip. So if I've got this and I can't move and there's a big solid guy and he's kind of, you know, nudging me around, that's it, really, really hard. If I can block and just stop this leg from moving so he's not trying to take the balance, any line from the inside of the knee to the groin, here, this is painful. This will cause some kind of reaction and hopefully I can turn out. Yeah? Yeah. So, from the inside of the knee up to the groin, this area is a big line of nerves, very, very sensitive. Other places, back of the arm here. So, you've got the top bicep, the back of the tricep, especially near the armpit. Very, very, very sensitive. Anywhere along the rib cage down here. And again, I'm a short ass, but if you can get to the neck, there is the muscle in the side of the neck. If you can get your hand in or your thumbs in, it's quite painful. This shape here. He's still got this on though. If he's strong, he's not going to let go of this. I've got to come around the front to try and break out. These are always messy. They're self-defense techniques. They're not pretty. And what you do and how you react will depend on the specifics of the situation. Does that make sense? Yeah. You can't say this is the golden way of getting out of, you know. And the ground fighters will always take people to the ground. There's lots of ways of trapping. You can lift the leg. There's all sorts of ways. But it depends on the person. You've got some 140k guy, I'm not going to lift his leg. I've got to try and wheedle out. So have a play around with it. You've got to work out a repertoire for yourself that's reliable. Drop your head. Block this striking hand if it comes in. Get your hand in there if you can. Out through the side if you can. Strike, shift the balance. If you've got that, that's fine. Get this. If you've got that, that's nice. Turn out, drop the shoulder. See what you can find. Have a play with it. Play.